Hey everyone, Smouse is back in the house, and I have a quick video for you today. My father, he helps me find some stuff, because I work a lot, so he goes to, being retired, has time to go to shows and yard sales and flea markets while I'm at work. So he had gone to a train show and found some engines. He tried calling me when he was there, didn't quite listen to what I said though. Uh, Lady had two boxes of trains. One was a box of about a dozen dummy engines for $20. So I'm like, well, that's a little less than $2 an engine. And sometimes dummy engines, you can get like a rarer one and they can be worth more than a powered engine. So I told him to pick those up. And then he told me that there's a box of about six, powered engines that aren't in bad shape. The lady wants $25 for. So I'm like, I was like, it's almost, close to $5 an engine, not quite. I was like, yeah. And, he doesn't know much about trains. So I was like, they look like the common ones. He's like, yeah, they don't look like anything special. So I told him to get the dummy engines and leave the power engine behind. So supposedly I told him even, maybe if he can work a deal getting both boxes, I'd be interested then, bring the price down on both together. So he never asked about the dummy engines at all, he said. He did talk the lady down to $20 on the 6 locomotives. So got him down to closer to $3 a piece. And bought those, which isn't an awful deal. Most of the engines got a chassis engine, the yellow and blue Santa Fe, then 2 of the red and silver Santa Fe's. These are only worth, if they run, about $5. So I really won't make any money on those at all after fees and listings and stuff like that. So it's just more time consuming than, it's worth, because it's going to take me between photos, pictures, listing, packing, all that stuff. I'll make like $1 and I'll spend, half hour doing all that. So this one's a little bit better engine. It's common. I actually have a couple of them. So it's not real expensive, but it's more closer to $10 engine. Luckily, this engine was in there. Haven't tested any of these yet. But if this one runs, it's a Rivarossi EMD E8 locomotive. And it can be worth $25 or $30. So that one alone makes the box worthwhile. Like I said, I'll make my money back on the cheaper ones. I'll get my money back, and then those will be my profits. Next, he was at a yard sale or an estate sale, maybe a flea market, I can't remember where. Person had a big box of trains, had a lot of track and stuff like that in it, and just kind of junk put in it. I think it was an estate sale. So it was only $10. He saw a couple train cars in there. So he called me about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't, he's like, there's lots of stuff. He's like, I can't tell what's in the box, without pulling it all out. So I told him, go ahead and buy it, for $10, really can't lose. And sometimes you can find the chance of finding something good. Nothing great was found. Most of the track was, like, I don't mind track. I'll sell it in bulk. It's not worth a whole lot. But this track was so poor condition, I threw it all out. It wasn't even worth the time. It does have a couple train cars in there. These two are probably the best two. An original 6464. For those people that know Lionel trains, they remade all these. This one's not in bad shape. It's dirty, but it's not in bad shape at all. But that's probably the most valuable one. Then the 6012 gondola. This one's not worth a whole lot. It's supposed to be carrying a whole bunch of these sets of wheels, so it's missing those, which isn't a big deal. This one, the fence is all broken up on. But somebody will buy something like this, and they'll do a custom load. They'll take the fence off or whatever, and put a construction car or some other kind of load, a pile of logs, you know, and they'll make something out of it, and they'll pick that up cheap. This is off the Flying Yankee, which is a passenger car. It's not supposed to have wheels. The wheels are a separate piece on each end that attach to this, so it can make the turns. Couple cheaper cars, probably just sell them as a group. There was a couple HO cars in there as well. The blue one and the rocket launcher, U.S. Army one, are Lionel. Not a ton of value, but I'd probably get my $10 back on that. And then there's a couple little trinkets in there. Aluminum airplane, I believe it's a Ju-87 Stuka dive bomber. Some lead Barclay figures, man oil, and then a pyro plastic car. So, nothing too crazy, but, this is what we do. We find stuff, we put it up for sale. Can't sell it if we don't have it, so gotta buy it. And this is what we got. So, stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, try to do coin videos on Sunday, so check those out if you're into coins. I love foreign silver, but just any kind of, coins that I pick up along the way, I do on Sundays, and then I try to do one video during the week. It may be coins if I don't have something to show, or maybe something like this that I pick up at a yard sale or estate sale. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.